Good day, Tom Kamber. Welcome to the Valder Beebe Show, live in beautiful Dallas, Texas. How are you?
I'm great.
I want my audience to know that Tom Kamber, I'll be speaking with him. He's the Executive Director of Older Adult Technology Services from AARP. When you're saying older adults, okay, tell me what that means to you, because my older adults are people born between 1946 and 1964. They're famously known as boomers. Who are you talking to?
Well, when I think of anybody who's an older adult, we pretty much start at 50, which is where people usually identify their AARP membership when they join AARP. But when I've been working with older people in America, I've been doing this for 20 years. Really, it's how you define yourself. So many people that we work with are in their 60s and 70s. The average person we work with is 70 years old, and in my organization. But we've got people actually over in their high 90s, all the way up over 100 that have taken our classes lately.
Oh, I love that. Okay, let's get started, because you've got some key findings that you want to share with us. Your profile says 73% of travelers age 50 plus are interested in learning more about using technology for travel.
That's right.
Can you tell me a little bit about that? That's exciting.
Yeah, so AARP did a survey with us this year. They surveyed 1,000 older people about their travel plans, and they found, first of all, a lot of people are traveling. 2/3 of the people we spoke to are planning a trip in 2024. They're planning to spend as much as $6,500 on those trips, and 3/4 said they want help with the technology skills and information to be able to use tech and make those trips successful.
Okay. As far as traveling, let's talk about comparing prices on airlines before we book our trips. What are we doing to get the best prices then?
All right, well, that's where some of the numbers started to jump out at me anyways. Even though people are using technology, and in many cases they're booking directly. You get people, like 83% said that they book directly to a hotel or an airline. But what we were finding is that when you look at comparison pricing and really looking at those tools that are available to help you get the cheapest price on a ticket, only about 73% say they're not either aware of those tools or using them when they're doing booking. So there's really a need for using more tech to save money, and we see that as a real opportunity here to make sure people are taking that next step with the technology.
I found this really interesting also from the survey. 88% are aware of the mobile boarding pass, but only 30% use them in the age group we're talking about.
Yeah, it's a little surprising sometimes. What we're finding with older people is that they have awareness. They'll use tech in a planning phase, but they get a little bit more hesitant once they leave the house to use the tech when it's mobile. And so the mobile boarding pass is a good example of it. And you might think, well, like, how big a deal is it? Well, the problem is that different airlines use different forms of mobile passes and forms of ID checking and things. So having that mobile pass available on your phone makes it more likely that you're going to pass through the boarding process more quickly and more smoothly. And when there's that competition for the overhead bin, you want to get onto the plane a little bit earlier and make sure that you can get your luggage all stored away before other people fill up all the seats.
And finally, when older Americans, I call them mature Americans, when they travel, how do they build an itinerary? Because we know how to build one, but with AI, how do we build an itinerary?
AI, that's one of the places AI is the most fun and I think most helpful for especially for travelers in the itinerary stage. That very first thing you do when you're sitting down, you're thinking about what's possible, what are specific attractions in certain communities or places you might want to visit, what are some cost-effective ways to get around. And you may have special priorities or needs that AI can research for you. And so using an AI tool like ChatGPT or Gemini to generate ideas and get some possibilities on a sample itinerary and then share that with your family or friends, that's a really great use of that tool. We found that over 80% of the people surveyed said that they're traveling with company, with a family member, a friend, often intergenerationally with a younger or older family member. And using AI for a kind of starting point in that context is really very effective.
Okay, you guys did the research. How did you find out how to become more familiar with these navigation apps?
Yeah, we recommend that you start using tech even just as a kind of daily process where you can. My nonprofit has a website called seniorplanet.org, and we set up a page at seniorplanet.org. It's seniorplanet.org/travel, where people can go on and take classes. They can research tech tips and tech tools. They can even do virtual travel. Many people may not be able to jump on an airplane this year, but we're doing virtual tours using Zoom where there's a live local guide that's leading people around, and you can have hundreds of people joining together on Zoom asking questions but seeing something in real time. This month we've got a trip going to Perugia in Italy. It's kind of cool.
Okay, so you did this survey with AARP. You found out you have this data now. What are you going to do with this data? And I know you got the class, but what are you going to do with all of this data?
Well, the first thing we did is it guided us in making sure that we put together the right tech tips for people. So we've created a checklist for travelers that actually kind of identifies critical things that you need to do before, during, and while you're traveling so that people can get ready using the apps and downloading things like local Google Maps, or even learning how to use Google Translate if they're in places where they may not have language skills. We also identified those Bluetooth trackers that people can put in their luggage in case a bag gets left behind somewhere. And so we've actually used the survey as an opportunity to realize that there are certain skills that people seem to need. We are definitely emphasizing the price comparison tools. We actually have a class on Senior Planet coming up in the next couple of weeks, so that's available, and it's all free so people can log on and learn those skills. The survey is really helping us focus the resources on our website, and AARP also is posting the results of the survey so people can read for themselves what other older people are saying about travel. That's available on aarp.org/traveltech50+.
Thank you so very much. And you answered my question. This is available to non-AARP members?
That's right. Anyone can log on right now and go to aarp.org/traveltech50+, and anybody can go to seniorplanet.org/travel. You do not have to be an AARP member, and it's free for people to check this information out. We are very open to anyone who wants to come and learn and make it as easy as possible.
All right, I'm talking to my audience. You guys head on over there with me because I know you want to take fall trips. We can do some great things together. I want to thank you so much for stopping by the Valder Beebe Show, Tom. It really, really enlightened us a lot. Have a great day.
Thank you. Thanks for having me here.
Hi, I'm Valder Beebe, host of the Valder Beebe Show. We have over 1,000 videos on ValderBeebeShow.com and YouTube.com/ValderBeebeShow. We upload new videos daily. Our site is a modern baby boomer platform with news and information important to boomers. Subscribe to YouTube.com/ValderBeebeShow and stay connected as I interview the world's most fascinating people.